Hello and welcome to my low bias monthly for October. I'm Ragnatz and this is the logical journey of the Zoombinis. It was my month.
Not too long ago, Zoombinis enjoyed the good life. Though they all looked slightly different eyes, noses, hair, feet, such differences meant nothing to the Zoombinis. And so they lived happily on Zoombini Isle, making small, useful products which were prized the world over. The Zoombinis had a sense of fulfillment and inner peace, not to mention healthy bank accounts. Then one day, who should show up but the bloats? The bloats offered to help the Zoombinis grow their businesses, expand their trade routes, and improve their quality of life. Being trusting sorts, the Zoombinis agreed. But before long, the bloats had taken over everything, stealing profits, canceling holidays, piling on work. The Zoombinis were getting pretty stressed out. Well, you can push them only so far before they take matters into their own hands, so to speak. So they decided to escape and build a new home in a distant land. Now perhaps you're wondering what all this has to do with you.
Oh, don't you see? You are the only one who can help them escape. Quickly, help them begin their journey. Only 16 at a time will fit in the boat.
And that's the premise of the game. So, so logical journey of the Zoombinis. So I got to choose the theme for this month, and I decided to choose good educational games because there aren't very many of them, but the ones that are usually are really good. So this was one of my favorite childhood games, and I figured, sure, let's go with this one. So let's see. So Zoombini Isle. Zoombini Isle is a place where you recruit each band of escaping Zoombinis. A total of 16 Zoombinis are needed to start each trip. Only 2 Zoombinis with the same exact features can be recruited throughout an entire game. Select a Zoombini by clicking on the different features in the lower left box until it has the features you want. To choose a random recruit, click on the dice icon underneath the Zoombini. To quickly and automatically recruit 16 Zoombinis, hold down the Shift key and click on the dice icon. A full band of Zoombinis will automatically appear from the cave ready for their first adventure. Zoombini can also be placed back in the cave if you decide to choose a Zoombini with different features. To continue the game, click on the Go arrow button on the bottom right of the screen. And there's a map. And this map shows all the different places you can go to, which right now is none of them. That's all of them, if I wanted to just practice them. But let's do it in story mode, at least for now. So there are 625 Zoombinis. So back to Zoombini Isle. So, there are 5 squared times 2 types of sets of Zoombinis. So that would be it has to be more than 5 squared. No, because it's 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, so it's 5 to the 4th times 2. So that doesn't make sense. How is there an odd number of Zoombinis? Whatever. I mean, that's just the amount that you need to complete it. That's not what I want. Okay, back to Zumbini Isle. Anyway, so as we were saying, I could just, pick my own guy and send him out. Or I can just randomize it. So for the first 16, let's just get a random set and then send out the pair. It'll make it easier to explain things as we go. And then we'll go for maybe like the full random next time. Okay, so that's all 16 of them. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, yep. So, off they go.
After days tossed about by a stormy sea, the Zumbinis reach the shore of a peculiar land.
And I believe these are actually based on which Zumbinis I chose, so if I didn't choose any feet ones, they wouldn't be here. Alright, so Allergic Cliffs. The Allergic Cliffs play by certain rules. What one cliff accepts, the other is allergic to. Look for one feature, such as a red nose, that does not cause an allergic reaction. So here's a red nose. Let's send you in. Alright, so he's actually totally fine. So let's send his brother along, because they'll be fine too. Now, of course, I have no idea what either of them care about, so let's just send someone else through. Also fine. Let's try you, because you're hidden behind a tree. Nope, still good. Let's try that. Yep, you're fine too. Let's try you. Oh! Alright, so you cannot go on the bottom path. So what things do you have that other people don't have? So you have a blue nose, you have feet, the glasses are fine, and you also have the ponytail hair. Either way, I know you have to go up this way, so we'll send you there, and we'll send your sister. Okay, let's try sending you. Nope. And as you can see, you only have each time a peg comes out, so if all the pegs go, the bridge will fall and no more will be able to pass through. So, okay, you're going to go this way, as will your sister. So, what do they have in common? They have the same hair and the same feet. But the eyes and nose are different. So let's try sending you over here and assume it's hair. Oh, that might be it. Let's try you. Yep. So it looked like this one was allergic to ponytails. And this one was allergic to not ponytails.
Oh, wise and trusted guide.
Because, yeah, purple nose, so that's not it. Propeller, so it's not the feet. So I think it was the hair. But, as... nope, keep them. I'll point out something on the map afterwards. Or actually, yeah, so you see how this is a green path?
Stone guards have their rules, so do proceed with skill. Zumbini's one guard won't allow, the other guard surely will.
See how the path is green? So there'll actually be 3 different colors. There's 3 or 4 different colors of paths in implicating different difficulties.
Welcome. Do be careful as you make your way up the path.
So there are 4 guys. So this is effectively just a harder version of the previous mission, because now instead of splitting them in 2, you might be splitting them into 4. So the Stone Cold Caves. The cave guardians have a reaction to certain Zumbinis just like the Allergic Cliffs. When one guardian likes, the opposite guardian does not. For example, if the left guardian accepts spring feet, the right guardian will reject the feature. Same goes for upper and lower guardians. Look for one feature, such as a red nose, that the cave guardian accepts or rejects. Try figuring out what the right or left guardians like first, and then try the upper or lower guardians. So let's try sending you here. So, nope.
Nice try.
We'll try you there.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Welcome.
Okay, so we'll try you. Where's your brother? You're right there. I'll try you. I've decided it's the feet. I could be wrong, but I've decided it's the feet. Okay, let's try you.
Don't be shy.
So one nice thing about doing the pairs, like in the previous, like in this game, is that it cuts the guessing in half. So once you know one works, you know the other one will work too. Now, there are certain levels where that's not helpful, which we will not be doing on this with these 16. But most levels it's fine. Okay, so let's try sending you this way. And I think in this one, I think 2 are probably going to be enough. In harder difficulties, you will probably need to use all 4. I think I actually was right. It was the feet. So if you fail too much...
How fortunate for Zumbinis that you are their guide.
Thank you. If you fail too much and they keep stomping, it will eventually cause a rock slide that blocks off the caves, and only the ones that have made it in will be able to continue through.
I knew they could do it.
And so our brave travelers continue on through this dusty wasteland until they meet Arno, the almost omnivorous, one very hungry pizza troll.
Yeah, pizza troll.
Fleens? You're not fleens. Huh. Whatever you are, make me a pizza.
Poof, you're a pizza. Ha ha ha. Fleens are something you'll find out about later. Hell, pizza pass. Arno desperately needs a pizza. Make his favorite pizza and he'll let the Zumbinis pass. Build your pizza and be aware of what Arno likes and dislikes. If a pizza has a topping that Arno hates, he'll throw it into the reject pit. He'll throw pizzas missing one or more of his favorite toppings onto the rock. Arno is a finicky eater, and he won't necessarily like the same pizza next time you see him. So let's try an olive pizza. I assume that's olives.
More toppings.
Now, if he gets annoyed enough times, he'll start throwing away Zumbinis, and the ones that get thrown away will not be able to continue.
Something on that I don't like.
Okay, so olives are good, peppers are bad. Let's try sausage.
Something must go.
Doesn't like sausage. Let's try olives and mushrooms.
The perfect pizza.
Yeah, this version of it, this level is actually extremely easy at this point in the game.
You've done quite well.
It gets a lot trickier at harder difficulties. A lot of them get trickier at harder difficulties. I mean, they all get trickier at harder difficulties.
Hold on. What's this? A campsite with hot soup all ready to eat? Looks like a fine place for Zumbinis to relax. But when they're ready to move on, they'll need a group of 16 along the path.
So if you wanted, for whatever reason, to change up which Zumbinis you've brought, you can store them in here, and Or if you just want to do that first set over and over again, you could keep storing them, and then because you can actually do multiple pages. And so you can store them and then bring out new ones, but I see no reason to do that. So you can choose either the upper path or the lower path. Shelter Rock. After traveling far, Zumbinis have a quiet place to rest. You can also store Zumbinis in the shelter for a later trip. You'll need to have 16 Zumbinis placed on the stones lining up the path before an entire group can continue their journey. To store Zumbinis, place them in the slots built in the hill. Click on the bars to the left and right to scroll through the shelter. It grows to fit as many Zumbinis as you bring to the camp. So the thing is, actually, so maybe that's what it is that because you only need like. Okay, so I have 609 at Zumbini Isle right now, but I think there's actually going to be more than that many combinations. So maybe that's how you get the 625 to win the game. So yeah, so there's green path is not so easy. Then yellow will become oh so hard, orange very hard, and red very, very hard. And as you can see, you can actually just, if you want to do practice mode, you can practice whatever difficulty you want. So because I have a group that are all the same, like they're all pairs, let's go actually take the north route.
Zumbinis must have something in common with their neighbor to sit on Captain Cajun's ferry.
Welcome to the boat. Now hurry yourselves up and find your seat.
So as you were saying, the rules are the Zumbini has, or as the narrator, well, I guess we'll just read this. So Captain Cajun's ferry boat. Seating on Captain Cajun's ferry boat is very important. Zumbinis can only sit next to each other if they have at least one matching feature. Same hair, eyes, nose color, or feet. So, this is one that's definitely easier if you have pairs, because you're guaranteed to have a pair. So let's see, let's just start with you.
Fine, sit wherever you want to. I don't really care.
Yeah, first one can go anywhere. So, let's see, you have the same feet. And
There you go, you got it.
you also have the same feet. Do I have any other droopy eyes? No. Do I have any spiky hair? No. Do I have red nose? No. That might not be a good one to put next. Okay, let's pop you out. Let's switch you over to here. Bring you in.
Ah, sure.
Thank you. We'll try you next, because you both have sunglasses. And you have the same type of hair. And then you have
There you go, you got it.
nerdy glasses. And you have the same hair as well. Oh, and actually all of you have the same hair, so it doesn't even matter the order at this point.
Ah, sure. There you go, you got it.
And that should be it. So if you can't figure out where they go, they're not going.
Color, flower, and lily pad shape too may be the keys that get them through.
Alright, so this one doesn't actually matter what your Zumbinis look like. This is one of the few that doesn't matter. So here are the Zumbinis. They're all tiny up there. Titanic tattooed toads. Each Zumbini needs a Titanic tattooed toad to carry it across the field of lily pads to the other side. Most of the toads will follow a special path that matches the shape of the flower, shape of the lily pad, or color of stripe on its back. For example, a toad with a red stripe will follow a path of lily pads that have red flowers on this side. Some toads cannot cross the river at all, and none will hop diagonally. Try tracing a complete path to the other side before sending a Zumbini across. Okay, so as you can see, there are different shapes, colors, and symbols, and those are matched on here. And if you put a guy who cannot make it across, you're effectively just wasting their ability to make, and they won't. They're stuck forever. So let's see. This shape goes this way, that way, this way, this way. Okay, so that looks totally safe. So let's send the plus your 3-leaf, your 4-leaf. Okay, and let's see, orange. Orange, 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 orange. Orange also seems to work, so let's send you 2. Let's see. Pink, 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 pink. Pink, 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 pink. Is that pink? Yeah, pink, pink. So pink looks good. Blue. Blue looks good. So each toad will be able to cross twice before it leaves. So let's just send you through again. So effectively you need to find 8 paths. So send those 4 first. And we'll find more routes after that. Okay, so no. Wait, red. 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 Yeah, so red looks good. Yellow. Yellow looks good. Let's see. Flower. Oh, this one got stuck, so it ended up going backwards. Yeah, they get stuck on each other sometimes. They'll fix it. They'll fix themselves. Okay. Let's see. Lily pad. Or we can even call it Pac-Man shape. Pac-Man shape makes it. Yeah, I was gonna look here. So flower, 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 flower makes it. Yellow still makes it. Let's see, diamond, 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 nope. Diamond, 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 nope. Let's see, X, 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 X. Ooh, X's make it. X's of awesome. Okay, Pac-Man makes it. Flower makes it. I think that's all of them. That can't be all of them. I don't think I sent X twice.
Splendid job!
I guess I found more paths than I needed to.
Zoombinis will get a rise out of these stone hexes if they can make the right connections.
Yep, I'm still got them all. So I don't know. I must have found something extra, or I don't know. I'm confused. Anyways, Stone Rise. The Zoombinis must link together and turn the stone elevators on and continue their journey. Link pairs of Zoombinis together according to the common features, such as red noses. They really like red noses. Symbols on the stone pads show you what attribute the Zumbini must match. So this one's a super easy one if you're using twins, because they always will match their twin. Doesn't even matter what the symbol is. Whoops. Hit the red part. So this is... This one is no contest at this point. In the harder difficulties, it's more than just pairs. You actually will need to do very complicated patterns. So everything is simple and easy. I don't know if I'll keep playing the game until they become hard, or if I'll just skip ahead to the hard levels.
You got them all through.
Good job. I don't know if you want to see me make it all the way through, like, make it all the way to the end, 16 at a time. And we reach another campfire. Let's see, what is 625 divided by 16? It's obviously not going to divide evenly. Because math.
Amazing indeed. Another relaxing campsite ready and waiting for Zumbinis. And they'll need their rest. The darkest, most dangerous part of the journey is yet to come.
So it'll take about 40 run-throughs, which is probably asking a lot. Shade Tree. Amazing indeed. Another relaxing campsite, ready and waiting for the Zumbinis. You'll need to have 16 Zumbinis placed on the stones, lining the path before the entire group can continue their journey. They're almost to their new homeland. To store Zumbi... Yeah. Moving on.
Throughout these gloomy mountains, strange carvings left by ancient peoples are everywhere.
Okay, so 625 is the total number of Zumbinis halved. So there are 625 distinct combinations. So that's where that number comes from. So there definitely is overflow. Okay, so this one again is like the first one, where you have a number of pegs that will determine the number of mistakes you can make. The Lion's Lair. The stone lion requires a certain order from the Zumbinis before they can pass to move the lion's paw. The Zumbinis must be grouped together and sorted by one attribute, such as nose color. The symbols on the wall next to the lion give clues of what feature to sort the Zumbinis by. For example, colored noses on the wall are hints to line up the Zumbinis by color of nose in the order that they appear on the wall. Okay, so first is green noses. And just as an example, so it puts them in the right place, but you lose a peg. So next is orange noses. Wait, that's a red nose. You don't have any orange noses. So next is purple noses. And comes a red nose. And the rest go at the end in any order.
You've done quite well. Use the crystal filters to change the Zumbini's reflection. It will give them crystal slamming protection.
Crystal slamming protection. So this one, it doesn't really matter which Zumbinis you choose, but it does come into play. The Mirror Machine. Mirror Machine requires matching reflections before allowing Zumbinis to pass. Find matches between Zumbinis in your group and the reflections located on the right side of the wall when you're ready. When you're ready, place a Zumbini on the cart and a matching image in the mirror on the opposite end. Then click the lever. If the images are identical, the Zumbini will pass to the other side. If not, the Zumbini will be knocked back to the Shade Tree base camp. Click on the lever again to clear the images and continue playing. So, you need your guy to match one of these symbols. So, let's see. No. No. Nope. 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 Yes. Because you match these girls. Oh, right. Same hair, same eyes, same nose, same feet. And reset. I never really liked this level because it just requires a lot of extra clicking for no good reason. Let's see, it's neither of those. Is it you? I think it's you. Yep. Wow, we don't actually have any Zumbinis with this hairstyle. I just realized that. Or this feet style. It is you. There's no way to speed through the animation. Okay. Nope. Yes. Hair, glasses, nose, yep. Some of those, not that. It's you. Yeah, the skate always looks, or the rollerblade always looks really weird in this picture. Wah. No. Yes. Go join your brother. Nope. I think it's you. Hair, eye, nose. Yep. I wonder if I can organize them a little. Put you here, put you. Organizing them by feet. There you go. Nope. Yep. Wait, no, it's orange nose. Those are red noses. Nope. Yep. Almost messed it up. Okay. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope, nope. Yep. We got one more pair left. Everyone else has been split from their sibling. Nope, 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 nope. Yep. Yeah, this is one of the slower ones, because you can't really do more than one at a time. You. So actually, this one's actually kind of interesting in a design way, though, because they have to choose one that matches, and then they have to create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that don't. So let's see. No, 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 no. Oh, it's you. Aw, poor guys. At least they have each other. Until now. So none of those. That's you. Right, hair, glasses, blue nose, feet, yep. No, yes. Especially since none of them have propeller feet. And since you're the only one who does propeller feet, it was really easy to find you.
Well done!
Thank you.
Search first for traps. So easy to miss. To get Zumbinis across Bubble Wonder Abyss.
Bubble Wonder Abyss. Bubble Wonder Abyss. The Zumbinis are seeking a way across Bubble Wonder Abyss. Directional arrows and Zumbini features tell you the direction a Zumbini will move in. For example, Zumbinis will move in the direction a white arrow is pointing. If a square displays an arrow with a symbol as a Zumbini feature, such as a red nose, any Zumbini matching that feature will travel in the direction of the arrow. Those that do not match continue in their original direction. Be aware that some arrows change direction once a Zumbini is passed over it. Plan ahead before sending Zumbinis on their way. The order is important. So this one will change. So let's see. If I send something this way, come up here, go this way. If it doesn't have the flat top hair, it will just go into this portal and be eaten. But if it does have flat top hair, it will go the correct way. So all the flat tops have to go this way. Because if flat top that goes this way, will go this way here, and then get consumed that way. So that's easy. Get rid of them, that way we don't have to deal with them. Okay, so that's all the ones with flat top hair. Now, every other one will go either this way or this way. If it goes this way and it has the tuft hair, it'll get eaten. If it goes this way and it has the ponytail, it'll get eaten. So I should alternate ponytail, not ponytail. Well, ponytail tuft until I'm out of tufts, and then do ponytails. Or not ponytail, then do anyone else. So, yeah, so first ponytail, then you, another ponytail, then you, then you. I actually really like this one, but the harder versions of this are probably are definitely brutally hard. Damn it. If these are built procedurally, I am really impressed that it actually works in a way that gives you a perfect number. And that should be all of them.
You've done quite well. Is this it? Could this be the place they'd been seeking? A place of hope and prosperity? Zumbianiville!
The narrator's awesome. So as you can see, you know, the population's increasing, one for each guy that we made through. We have Zumbiniville. This windmill was wrought to honor the Zumbinis who calmed Captain Cajun, rode tattooed toads, and knew how to network when traveling was not so easy on October 6, 2013. This general store was erected for Zumbinis who did not lag in Lion's Lair, solved the secrets of the mirror machine, and flew above Bubble Wonder Abyss when traveling was not so easy. This bandshell was built to honor the Zumbinis who ambled past Allergic Cliffs, cruised on by Stone Cold Caves, and appeased Arno the almost omnivorous when traveling was not so easy. That's nothing. So, yep, Zumbiniville, yes, thanks to you, the Zumbinis have found a perfect spot to build a new community. Click the left and right on the screen to see more of the bountiful region. If you successfully bring a full band of 16 Zumbinis through one entire leg of the journey, a special building for the community will be constructed to commemorate the perseverance and fortitude of the Zumbini group during that part of the journey. Click on the small plaque located on each community building to read about the Zumbinis' brave adventures. Now that you've made it, hundreds more await freedom at Zumbini Isle, and you can't let them down. Click on the map icon to get back to Zumbini Isle, Shelter Rock, or Shade Tree to bring more Zumbinis along the journey to Zumbiniville. Can you free them all? Will you win all 16 reward buildings? The Zumbinis are counting on you.
Well, what are you waiting for? Free the Zumbinis, you bold adventurer, you! Can't you hear them crying to you from Zumbini Isle? Free them! Free them!
That's awesome. Okay, well, let's first save. And you know what? Since we have completed one run, I'm going to play the credits, and then that way, you know, you can say you feel like you've actually no. I'm going to save the credits for next time because we're going to take the other path, and that way you'll say you've seen all the levels, and if you don't want to watch anymore, we can end it there. But I think I will probably do at least one more video after that. So for now, I will call this a video. So until next time, folks, toodaloo.
I'm playing a game!